This video is going to be a little bit different. So I'll tell you what, let's get right to it. Yep, this is the pair of boots that we are going to resole today. Now, this is a pair of Red Wing boots, and yes, I know what you're thinking. These look brand new. Why am I even watching this video? What could you possibly do? Well, you'd be surprised. We get a lot of people that send us brand new, right out of the box shoes and boots, and then they want us to completely redo them. Well, this pair is pretty much one of those. And today, we're going to make them look different. So let's get right to it.
Before we get started, let me show you something. Understandable. I'm not sure if these are just generic inserts, but Weston, if you're watching, let me know what these are. All right, like Trent mentioned, these are practically brand new. I mean, these heels have not been worn. There's a few cracks through here, but yeah, sometimes people just send in brand new stuff and they just want a different sole on it. So whether it's worn or it's old, it's got to come off. Look at the size of the nails. Up underneath here. There we go. All right, I know I'm kind of weird on this, but one of my favorite things to do, especially on an older pair of shoes, is when you take the heel off and it's the original heel, and you get the clean leather back here, and you know it's been underneath the heel for like, I don't know, like 40, 50, 60 years, and sometimes they put information up underneath here. Kind of gives you a little bit of insight. Nothing fancy here, but these are literally new boots. I mean, this cork is perfect. And in fact, the footbed is flat. It hasn't even started to form to the wearer's foot. So we don't need to replace this. All right, that was fast, that was easy. We're gonna be able to swap out soles on this pretty darn quick. But I'm gonna tell you what else is easy to swap out. Your buckle on your belt when you get an Anson belt.
Anson belts are built with a ratchet system. So as you lose weight or gain weight, you can simply pull or loosen the belt for that perfect fit. To get started, you simply take your belt, wrap it around you to find that sweet spot. You then cut off the excess, slip on your belt buckle of choice, and tighten it down. And then you just pull the belt through until it fits perfectly. Anson also has absolutely amazing customer service. They're family owned, and they have thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews. Now guys, these are some of their new leathers real quick. We have some of their buffalo hide, and you can see the beautiful grain texture within those. These are new to Anson. We also have buffalo hide, and as you can see, just the grainy texture in those. Absolutely beautiful belt. Love the new bison and buffalo. And these are two of their new Italian calfskin ones. Again, absolutely beautiful colored belts. And one of the things that I really like about these new leathers is that they are all tanned here in the United States. Now guys, after this video, make sure you check out the link down below to Anson, grab yourself a belt and buckle, or get one of their box sets where you can get several belts and buckles. I promise you will not be disappointed.
All right, I'm glad that we actually looked back at the note because we noticed that the guy wanted to swap out the metal shanks for some fiberglass shanks. And sometimes you get doing these videos and you just kind of get into a pattern, but we caught it. So we took these out. Now we're gonna make some new shanks. If I don't cut my finger off in the first place. So these are really just kind of fiberglass gel filled. They come in a strand like this and they're heat activated. So as heat gets to it, it hardens, the resin inside will harden, and that is how fiberglass shanks are made.
Okay, this is just the way, for a lot of you folks that may have not seen our videos, this is just one of the ways that we like to do our day nights. We start off with the midsole and go ahead and glue it, and then we glue our day night sole onto the midsole, and then that way it's already done, and then we can use our little stencils here, which I'll show you in a second, to put our dots on there and make the stencil of where we want this, this sole to go. All right, just giving it a nice little press here. The excess. Okay, so to keep this brief without boring you guys, the reason that we make templates, and I'll show you that in a second, is because day nights are a little more difficult to just put on a sole than most other soles. And the reason for that is because of these little nubs that are in a fixed position, and you're literally trying to get as many of those into place as possible without it just being lopsided on the particular shoe. Now you can see in this example, it is very tapered right here, and then trying to fit all of these in there is going to be extremely difficult, if not a bit impossible, but we'll see what we can do. Other shoes have a much wider foot on it, so these have an easier time fitting in there. So Heath and I made these little templates, and I'm not sure what other shoe repair guys do, but this is what we do. So they're all by different sizes. This is a day night size 10. So what we do is we take our little template on a size 10 and we put it right there, and then we make our little dots. And these are exactly where those little nubs on the bottom of the sole are located. Make my little line right here because that's where the day night logo is. And now we can see exactly where those little nubs are on this side. Okay, so these boots, like we said, are practically brand new. The uppers on here look like they've never been worn. But because we've worked on them, we want to make sure they're cleaned up. I'm also going to put just a little neutral shoe cream on there. Again, just bring out a little bit of a polish and put a little conditioner back in there. And then these boots will be ready to go.
All right, these boots are finished. And before we get into what do we do to them and all that good stuff, make sure you go check out Anson belts. Trent and I both have lots of these. I pretty much have one for every occasion because you can mix and match the buckles with the belts. They're fantastic. Now, these boots, these things were brand new, and there wasn't really a whole need to have these things resold. However, the guy wanted a different sole, so whether they're new or they're old, it's coming off. We did that, but did anybody recognize something about the soles during the process? Well, we did switch. The guy originally wanted red, and red is very hard to get in many sizes, and we gave this guy a size 10. He was actually probably a size 9, which I can't get. And look at this picture. You can see up there at the toe, that nub was just a little too close for comfort for the stitches. You would not have liked that. I would not have liked that. So we took it back off. We called him and says, we got a couple more colors to choose from. He went with green. We had that in a size 9, and bam, it looks good. Personally, I think the green looks better than the red. Just me, just me. But hey, we hope you like this, and until next time, y'all have a good one.